The four most dangerous words in investing are, "This time it's different," Sir John Templeton said. Now, here's the funny thing. Every year, the internet invents a new passive income hack. Dropshipping, crypto staking, AI trading bots, renting out your fridge on Airbnb, probably next. Everyone promises you'll make money while you sleep. But history has a brutal sense of humor, because most of those passive income empires last about as long as a New Year's gym membership. So today, we're doing something different. Instead of chasing internet myths, we're going to break down how beginners actually build passive income using the same systems that quietly made millions of regular investors wealthy. And spoiler alert, it's far less exciting than TikTok, but a lot more profitable.
Let's rewind. Back to the 1970s. Investing used to be brutal. If you wanted to buy stocks, you called a broker. Fees were enormous, research was scarce, and diversification? Forget it. Then something revolutionary appeared, the index fund. In 1976, John C. Bogle launched the first retail index fund. Most Wall Street experts laughed. They called it Bogle's folly. Why? Because the idea sounded ridiculous. Instead of trying to beat the market, you would just buy the entire market and chill. Fast forward, that foolish idea now controls over $10 trillion in assets globally, and it quietly created one of the most reliable passive income machines in history. But here's the twist. Passive income was never about working less. It was about owning assets that work for you. Now, let's talk numbers, because the internet sells beginners a dangerous fantasy. Make $10,000 per month passively. Sounds nice, but here's the math nobody shows you. The average dividend yield in the S&P 500 today is roughly 1.4%. That means to generate $10,000 per year in passive income, you need roughly $700,000 invested. Yeah, not exactly get rich quick. But here's where things get interesting, because passive income doesn't start big, it starts small. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned about 10% per year on average since 1926. If someone invests $500 per month consistently, after 30 years, that becomes roughly $1.1 million. Not because of genius, because of compounding. And compounding is the quiet villain destroying most beginners. Why? Because it requires two things people hate: time and patience. Now, fast forward to today. We're living through one of the weirdest markets in history. 7 companies: Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Tesla. The so-called Magnificent Seven. They now account for roughly 30% of the entire S&P 500. That's massive. Bigger concentration than during the dot-com bubble in 2000, which makes beginners nervous. Is the market overpriced? Is it too late? But here's the thing. Passive income investors don't need perfect timing. They need ownership. Ownership of businesses, ownership of cash flow, ownership of assets that pay them. And today, beginners have tools investors in the 1970s could only dream about. Fractional shares, zero commission trading, global ETFs, automated investing. You can literally buy 500 companies in one click for the price of a pizza. And those companies will send you dividends, quarter after quarter, year after year. Not flashy, but very real. So what's the truth about passive income? It's not a hack, it's not a secret, and it's definitely not instant. Passive income is just this: owning assets that produce cash flow, stocks, real estate, businesses, over time. History shows the system works, but history also shows something else. Markets go through booms, bubbles, crashes, and wild emotional swings. Sometimes the market acts like someone who chugged 3 espressos and a 4 Loko at 3 a.m., completely irrational. But over decades, the trend has been brutally consistent. up slowly, relentlessly. So the real passive income strategy isn't chasing the next viral idea. It's much simpler. Own productive assets, reinvest the cash flow, and give compounding time to do its quiet magic. Because in investing, the loudest strategies usually fail, and the boring ones, they're the ones that quietly make people rich.